All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very excited to be with you here today. My name is Christine Glein. I am known as the Soul Intelligence Coach and the Chief Energy Officer at the Game Changing Impact Group. And today, my topic is talking about keeping everything Zen even while you work. Now, if that sounds absolutely impossible, then you are in the right place. As a matter of fact, I forgot about keeping everything Zen this week. It's so funny how when I plan stuff out that things just naturally unfold the way they're supposed to. So um, last Friday, I actually had to clear my schedule because I ran out of gas. Not in the car, like physically ran out of gas. It was because the week prior, I was doing an on-site with one of my absolute favorite clients, and we went all day, Thursday day, Thursday night, Friday day, Friday night, Saturday day, Saturday night, and I got home Sunday afternoon, and then I started working again on Monday. And I went, oh my gosh, I forgot to take a break. I totally didn't slow down. And then all of a sudden, my body was like, oh, no, 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 you need to rest, my dear. So, fortunately, I have incredibly understanding clients, and they know that if my energy's not right, I can't give to them. And that's a big topic for people today. A lot of us forget about filling our own cup first. Yeah, the whole oxygen mask first thing, it's really important. And we don't realize it. Especially many of us have grown up in very masculine oriented world where it's like, go, 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 make it happen, push through, suck it up, right? I know I've said all of those things. Okay, my kids are probably like, yeah, mom. But um, that was from coming from this a very like push the envelope container, make it happen at all costs. And that's not really healthy, right? That's really what puts us into stress and gets our vagus nerve going like crazy. So, what's really nice is to be able to choose how you're going to be each day. Yeah, did you know you actually have a choice? When you first wake up in the morning, set an intention for the day. What do you want to feel? What do you want to experience? It's amazing what happens when you do that. So this week, I have woken up and wanted to experience more joy and flow in my week. And inevitably, that's what happened. Today, I can't stop smiling. I had a wonderful morning. I was able to have the opportunity to go and play tennis with some girlfriends, which I don't often get to do. I was subbing, and my partner and I won 6-0, 6-0. Whoa, I can't tell you the last time that happened. Talk about joy. I was in the zone. That was definitely a Zen zone for me. Never got upset, was just staying nice and even. It was really, really fun. Then we got to have lunch, and then I did something that I never do. I actually went shopping. And those of you who know me really well, that's like a big deal. I don't go shopping. That is not my thing. But I went shopping. I went into Home Goods and kind of browsed and bought some fun stuff. And so then I was like, okay, I'm ready. I can come home, I can get cleaned up and get ready for my live and deliver. So I've been flowing and doing things that I wouldn't ordinarily do. And I've been staying in that choice, my Zen choice. And so my Zen choice, like I said, was joy and flow. And instead of work hard, play hard, or get all your work done and then play, I actually decided to flip it. So my friend, my dear friend, Jan Hoth, would be so proud of me that I led with play today. And that is something that she believes in and really encourages. As a matter of fact, I will be with her, Jan Hoth and Danielle Margraf, next week in Sedona, and we can hardly wait. We are celebrating both of their birthdays, which is why we did it at the end of April. And we have a really nice container, perfect group of 8 ladies and all of us together. And we're going to have an incredible, blissful experience and be totally Zen in Sedona. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So, how can you take some of that Zen with you? So, like I said, where this all started, set an intention, okay? choose how you're going to be for the day. Just like in the beginning of the year, you choose one word that you want to see reflected. For me, that word was sovereign. Choose a day. What do you want to feel? What do you want to experience? And just ask that that's how your day goes and flows. And notice how much that comes up for you. It's absolutely really amazing. All right, what are some other things you can do? Well, one of the things that COVID brought for a lot of us was giving us the advantage to work from home. And if you still have the opportunity to work sometimes from home and sometimes at work, that gives you a lot of flexibility. So knowing your own biorhythms and your power time is really important. So whether you work from home or you're in an office, you know when you're your most productive. Some people are not their most productive first thing in the morning. Some people are more productive early afternoon, and some people are more productive late afternoon into the evening. So think about the types of activities that you naturally do with ease versus the types of activities that require a little more brain power. So, and schedule the things that require a lot more of your brain power when you know you're in your zone, in your power time. So, one of the things that really helps while you're trying to maintain a Zen zone is to stimulate all of your senses. And what I mean by that is think about what are some things that you can do to support yourself while you're working. For example, right now, I have on high vibrational music. Artists like Anugama or Diva Pramal, they just keep like nice, even rhythms in the background. A lot of people use binaural beats. But if you keep that on while you're working, think time, especially writing, it naturally raises your vibration and puts you in a very productive state. So I do that on a regular basis. The other thing I do is I diffuse essential oils in my office. And I also wear essential oils depending on what I'm doing, especially if I'm doing energy work. I use two different scents. The highest male vibrational scent is frankincense. The highest female vibrational scent is rose. So depending on what I'm doing and how I'm feeling, I may use one or the other or both. And then there's this wonderful blend that I love, coincidentally, called Joy by Young Living. And that is an oil that my friend Allison Katz got me turned on to. As a matter of fact, we only have one spot left for Key West, and that is the first week of May. And it's Allison's birthday trip. So I'm really excited on getting to partner and have a good time with all of these cool, incredible coaches in the next 2 weeks. So if you are interested in joining us live in Key West and setting your intention for the rest of this year as to what you want to bring in and manifest, it's going to be an amazing week. So I'm very fortunate. I'm going to get to go from the mountains in Sedona back to the wonderful warm beach in Key West. So I'm feeling very blessed and excited about the Zen that's ahead for me. All right, so while you're working, right, the first thing I said was set an intention. Second thing I said is know your own biorhythms and your power time. The third thing I said was stimulate all of your senses, right? You want to nourish your soul. There's another great artist that I got to think of the name of the artist, but it's basically Om, and that's what they sound like. Said that sound Om, along with ocean sounds in the background. So sometimes like the sounds of nature are also really Zen creating and get you in a higher vibration. So those are a couple of my favorite things to do while you're working. The other thing is I encourage breaks. I was told that you should get up and stand or walk around once an hour, actually. I don't do that once an hour, but I try and do that several times a day. As a matter of fact, you see me standing now. I use a sit-stand desk, and a lot of the time, most of the day, I spend standing as opposed to sitting. But it's encouraged to take breaks, and when you take breaks, try and get out in nature. You can go out and do, grounding exercises where you kick your shoes off and walk in the grass. Lay against a tree. Watch the birds, feed the ducks. I know it sounds like an old person thing to do, maybe feeding the pigeons or whatever, but you could also, if you're home, play with your pets, take a puppy snuggle break. I love that. That's one of my favorite things to do in the morning. Get up, have my coffee, snuggle with the dogs, meditate, journal. All those good things help me make sure that I'm entering my day with the right space. But when you're on a break, you could also treat yourself. Maybe enjoy your favorite drink or snack, or chocolate. Anyway, so make sure that you take regular breaks, at least a couple times in the morning, a couple times in the afternoon. Make sure that you're giving yourself some space. The other thing, the reason to do that too, is because you can only keep your focus and concentration so long. Otherwise you start zoning out, right? You start zoning out in meetings, on conference calls, and you want to make sure that when you're working with people, that you are active listening and you're really participating. And you can't do that if you don't give yourself regular breaks to get back and re-energized. All right, one of my favorite things, the importance of self-care. So I told you I had to clear my schedule last Friday. Well, I had to do that. And what I wound up doing was meditating, and actually taking a nap. And I'm not a napper. That's how much my body was like, hey, pay attention. So then I decided to make sure that I scheduled some self-care. So I treated myself to go get my nails done, mani-pedi. And then I also scheduled a massage, and I can't tell you the last time I did that. And I felt worlds better, relaxed, totally chilled out. So there is something to be said for self-care, right? Nourishing yourself, doing things, showing yourself love, and loving yourself as you would another, right? We're very good at loving other people and giving out and making others more important than ourselves. And what we really need to do is to nourish ourselves so that we can give to others in a great way, right? Because when we're not there and we're not feeling it, it's really difficult for us to be there for other people. So there are other things you can do besides what I just described. You can exercise. That's also something that's for self-care. That for tennis for me is mentally, emotionally, physically, and even spiritually a great Zen zone and self-care for me. But baths, like an Epsom salt bath, or if you've got a salt pool, or you're close to the ocean, or you got a hot tub. I'll tell you what, we got a hot tub not too long ago, and we're in that thing almost every night because it really relaxes you and gives you a great night's sleep. So really think about self-care and what are some things that you can do to make sure that you're nourishing yourself so that you're in the Zen zone when you're at work. All right, the importance of PQ, physical intelligence. I talk about IQ, right? We all know what that is. The idea is the intuition, the initial spark. Then there's EQ, the emotional intelligence that we all have. Obviously, I'm a big proponent for soul intelligence and trusting your inner guidance, your inner wisdom, and that best version of you. But there's also the importance of the physical, right? And we know that if we suppress our emotions, it can mess with our physical body. It can cause a dissonance in the frequency, and then we got to go see a doctor, and we don't want that. But there is such a thing about nurturing your physical body beyond exercise. Things like physical touch, being close to someone, just getting a hug or cuddling or being near someone or holding on to those pets, right? Those are all really good things to really feel some of that unconditional love that we all want. You can also release like pent up energy through exercise and sports. Stretch, right? Using a sit stand desk, do some yoga or gentle movements. I remember when those big exercise balls were really popular for seats to sit on, and people that kind of bounce while they were sitting. I think that would be too wonky for my back, but it always looked kind of cool. The other thing you can do is to put on music that makes you happy, right? Maybe dancing can put you in a good mood, and stimulate really good memories. And it is good for your soul. So there are a lot of different things you can do to keep yourself zen while you're at work. And you want to do things that are nurturing and that support yourself. Having access to maybe your favorite beverage. Those of you who know me know I am Miss Pellegrino during the day. That's usually bookended between coffee and wine whenever I can make that happen. But having things like that normally help support you. Now I am a big fan of protein shakes. My favorite afternoon drink is an orange creamsicle because it tastes just like the orange ice cream pops, where it was like orange on the outside and cream on the inside. Oh my goodness. But it is a delicious shake using Power Fuel, which gets me going, gives me a lot of energy. And these orange, another orange powder that also stimulates your brain. And certainly, I think it's a vanilla protein powder, all from Nutritional Frontiers. They make great nutritional products, and I have become a big fan of supporting my physical body. Again, I also started training a couple mornings a week with Allison Katz at home at 6:30 in the morning. And those of you who know me know I'm not usually the morning person. So that was a big deal to me. I'm feeling stronger. I'm feeling more flexible. And I'm feeling really good and have the energy that I need to get through most of my days when I remember to take a break. Okay. All right. So some of what I went over with you today is remembering to support yourself so that you can stay Zen. And like I said, the first thing you do in the morning is to set your intention. What do you want to feel today? What do you want to experience today? Knowing your own biorhythms and your best, most optimal time for working. Um, and then supporting all of your senses, right? Your soul intelligence. What do you know you need to show up as the best version of yourself? And how can you support yourself through essential oils or high vibe music in the background, taking regular breaks and getting out into nature? That sparks some creativity too when you break up your routine. Um, the importance of self-care. So recognizing when you do need to fill your own cup up, and then taking care of all your intelligences, the IQ, the EQ, the SQ, and the PQ. I'm going to tell you another little secret. You know what I started doing recently? I think it's so silly, but it's so fun. I'm going to share it. Someone gave me a long time ago, I have a selection of adult coloring books, and they have just sat in my family room along with a whole host of colored pencils for at least since beginning of COVID. Never used them, never touched them. Then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it. And it's this really neat one I really enjoy, mandala pattern. And it reminds me of these patterns I used to do as a kid, were very intricate and, really small spaces. And so while sitting on the couch, watching television, kind of zoning out to Netflix, actually, I think it was The Masters is when I started to do it. I was sitting there and I just started to do the coloring. And what I found is that put me into a very Zen state. It was very meditative. So there's a lot of benefit to doing something, again, that takes you out of your routine and your comfort zone and supports you in a variety of different ways. So I hope I've given you a few good tips today in order to how to stay Zen at work. The other thing you can do to support yourself and to stay Zen is to consider doing a program with me. As a matter of fact, I am super, super excited. I had an overwhelming request from clients, to put a group program together. And so I am starting the Soul Intelligence Incubator, an incubator where you're warm and nurtured. I'm so excited. It's going to kick off on May 17th. And it is going to be such a nurturing, supportive container. It's a 4-month program. It includes one call a week, an hour a week for you to get nurtured. And we're going to cover the 4 key areas of life. We're going to start with the self first. We just got talking about how important you got to start there, right? You got to take care of this one first. Then the next month, we're going to focus on wealth. The 3rd month, we're going to focus on health, and that's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And the last month, we're going to focus on relationships, your romantic relationships as well as your family relationships. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on releasing and renewal physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, all around wellness. And some of the things that you'll get if you decide to join this program with me is each month we're going to do 2 soul intelligence method sessions on the topic of the month. So that will be the first week and the third week. You'll always get a session, and all you have to do is show up and receive. That's it. There's no work. A lot of the groups you join, you got to do work. This is for you to receive. It's a great nurturing container. The second call of the month is going to be a group coaching call where we talk about what's moved, what's shifted, what did you experience, and how is this showing up for you? And I'm going to give people, at least 3 people a week, the opportunity to have one-on-one work with me, coaching around what's going on. And then the last week of the month, I'm going to provide what I call a soul sync session, where I'm going to provide a meditation and some journal prompts for the group to really anchor in everything we've gone over. In addition to all that amazing stuff, I'm also going to offer special pricing for one-on-one sessions if people want more in-depth work on any of the sessions during the month, or the topics that we have for the month. I'm going to make sure that we do the once a month meditation, whether it's a new moon or a full moon meditation. And everybody will have a library access to all the recorded sessions in case your schedule doesn't permit for you to attend live one week. I will also be providing Slack group access so that you'd have access to me and also the other members of the group for the length of the program. And I'm going to have guest speakers throughout the program who specialize in each of these areas of self, wealth, health, and relationship. So I am so excited to bring this to you. The content is so nourishing for the soul, and it really will help support your efforts in all areas of your life. And to start off with some really cool guest speakers and soul-led leadership, tomorrow, I am so excited to tell you that Debbie White from the House of Impact, a branding expert, and I know firsthand she's a branding expert because she was the one that came up with the Soul Intelligence brand for me, and one of the geniuses behind all of the great stuff you see. The other genius is Jessica Cruson, by the way, who's executing on all the amazing stuff that Debbie kicked off for me in my amazing branding session. So these 2 ladies are incredible, and I will have Jessica on this with me at some point too. She is really an amazing secret weapon and a dear friend. Tomorrow, my dear friend Debbie White is going to be here, and Debbie has an amazing story. She and I have become very, very close. Friends and business associates now, and she's going to teach people how to stand out online. There's a lot of clutter out there, and so she's really going to help you figure out how you can find your ideal client if you have an online business, and how you can cut through the clutter and really stand out online. And we are doing that at a special time tomorrow, right here in Soul Led Leadership, at 10 a.m. Eastern. So that is Thursday, April 21st at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, if you are interested in learning about the Soul Intelligence Incubator, if that just sounds like exactly what you needed, exactly how you want to be supported, being in a group of like-minded people and being able to just show up and receive, whew, baby, that sounds great to me. And let me know. You can just send me a direct message, and I'll be happy to get in touch with you. And like I said, I'm starting that May 17th. And then if you are called to come to Key West, please get in touch with me in the next week. There is only one room, one spot left. It's going to be an amazing experience. Allison Katz is also one of my favorite people in the whole wide world and a dear friend. It's going to be about mindset and fitness and fun and spirituality. And I'm very, very excited to be a part of that retreat as well. So lots going on this week. I know I'm never on this long, but I'm really excited to share all these great things with you. And I very much look forward to talking to you again next week, right here at 3 p.m. Eastern. So take care and have a wonderful Wednesday.